I present on how to balance and adjust a closed traverse. So for this presentation, I will be discussing on how to compute the coordinates given a traverse data. So that is coordinates computation under module number 4, horizontal position determination. Okay, so for our learning outcomes, we have explained how the location of points or features on Earth are defined, compute the plane coordinates of a traverse station or traverse stations, compute the plane coordinates of side stations or side shots, derive bearing and distance of a line from its endpoints of known plane coordinates, and for the outline, my presentation is arranged in as follows. We have here the introduction, plane and geographic coordinates, northings and eastings, rules in computing coordinates, computing distances and bearings from coordinates, and the coordinate computation of the side traverse. So how to define the location of points on Earth? So if you look at this figure, or the position of points on Earth can be defined in terms of whether it is absolute or relative location. So in this figure A, now we can say the location of this guy A is defined in terms of its or his location on the Earth, wherein it is defined in terms of his latitude, 34 degrees, 43 minutes, 32 seconds north latitude, and 135 degrees, 14 minutes, 10 seconds is longitude. However, in relative position or relative location, the position of point B is defined relative or in reference to the position of A. So such as A to B is 10 meters northeast. Okay, so this is relative because the position of B, no, or this amount 10 meters northeast will change now as B move or either as A moves. Okay, so okay. Another example of absolute location is the one you can see in your Google map, no? Wherein, for example, in here, Visayas State University, and the numbers here are actually the latitude and the longitude of Visayas State University, or that is the location of Visayas State University on the earth or on the globe. Okay. And then if I will consider a relative position, so for example, Balay alumni is on southwest, oh no, southeast of Kamya Cottage. So that is a relative positioning. So what is a coordinate system? So coordinate system is basically a way to describe the coordinates itself, whether it could be in X and Y or latitude and longitude. So generally, coordinate systems is categorized into plane coordinate system or geographic coordinate system. So plane coordinate system is a system wherein the coordinates are in linear units. Okay, and geographic system are systems wherein the coordinates are in angular units. So plane coordinate system can be divided into local or grid. Okay, so local is something to do with the floating coordinates. No, it's not a real coordinates. No, or not absolute coordinates. Or in grid, this is something to do with projecting the curved surface of Earth, wherein that is a globe, and then projecting that into a flat surface that is a map. Okay, so you will learn that sooner or later. Okay, so the geographic system can be divided into geodetic or geocentric system. Okay, so geocentric from the word center, so meaning the center or the origin of the coordinate system is at the center of the earth. No? So geodetic is a different term, a different way. Okay, so as what I have said, you will learn that sooner or later. So this is an example of a geographic system, no? So wherein this point is this defined in angular units, okay? And we have x and y, no? The points or the coordinates are expressed in linear units. Okay, so a plane coordinates. Okay, so actually you can always see that or you saw that no in during your plane trigonometry class or subject. Okay, wherein points are described in terms of ordered pair xy and it's in linear units. And this is very useful now in computing area calculation now or in computing area of a polygon. Okay, and for example you have this one now, this point is 3 4, this one is 2 0, so the points are expressed in linear units now. So if you want to connect those points, it will form a polygon, and this then later you can compute the area of that closed polygon, of that closed shape. Okay. So next is the geographic coordinates. A common or a concrete example of a geographic coordinate system is the one being displayed by your smartphones. Now, as what I have said, this is absolute coordinates because it tells you your location, or it tells you the location of the smartphone on the earth. So in early days, no, so the absolute location is determined through astronomical observations. For example, you observe the sun, no? So and you observe the stars, no? So that's why we have surveyors, no? We have this solar observation and we have this stellar observation, wherein the primary objective of performing those observations are or is to describe or locate the absolute location of the point. In the present days now, so due to the influx now of the global positioning system, now so geodetic engineers or engineers rarely use or conduct solar observation. Now, so we use we rely on GPS now, but still some geodetic engineers are still employing astronomical observations. Okay, so again, I just want to show that the coordinates displayed on your smartphones, now on your Google Maps, are actually an example of geodetic coordinate system. So next would be the northings and eastings and rules in computing the coordinates.